So today we're going to go ahead and talk about Power BI and getting Power BI loaded on your desktop. And it's free. So you can load it directly from the Microsoft Store, and we're going to provide for you the step-by-step instructions intended for you to pause your screen, pause the video, do a screen capture, and capture this and put it in your own library. So stay tuned. The first thing you want to do is go to the Microsoft Store, and within the store you just want to type in Power BI right here. Yep, you gotta type right, hit Power BI, and then there you go right there. Then you can see mine's installed, but it would say free or install or something like that. Okay, so Power BI right there. Once you get it loaded, so this is it, and then I'm already loaded, right? So I'm just going to hit 1, and you just need to sign in. So capture this screen, all right? And then you'll just need to make sure that you sign into your user account within Office 365 and select it, and you should be good to go. You can capture that screen too. Okay, so let's go ahead and, if you've already got it loaded, let's go ahead and get it up on the screen by just typing in Power BI and hitting open. So this is pretty simple, straightforward. What a great way to create visuals off of an Excel spreadsheet or pretty much anything that you work on. Okay, so we can pick all types of data sources, and I wanted to show you this real quick because here, for example, I could say a SharePoint list, and I could pull up a SharePoint list. I could hit an Excel file, and I could pull up an Excel file, or I could look down any one of these other sources of data and use them inside of Power BI. So it's very, very powerful. So for today, we're just going to type in Excel, hit the workbook, and hit connect. Now, once we hit connect, you're going to browse over to your file and select that file. So here, and then you're going to hit open. Now, remember, you have to convert this file. Let me show you. You have to convert this file to a table. So let's just look at that real quick. So if I was to have a column A, okay, and a column B, and I was to have data in here and data in here, I'm not doing a whole lot. This is not a table, okay? This is an Excel spreadsheet. We need to convert it to a table. So to do that, we're just going to highlight the data right there, okay? And then we're going to go up here and we're going to say Format as Table. We're going to click on that. We're going to say, yep, and I have headers. Wonderful. Boop. Now I've got a table, okay? And the table is called Sheet 1. That's where it is. So we just want to make sure that we have it as a table, okay? And so we do, and we're going to hit OK. Now, once it opens up, it's going to make a connection out to the table. And then you see here, Table 1. I didn't show you that spreadsheet, but that's what it is. And then we're going to hit Transform Data. So let's go ahead and go over here while that pulls up and catch where we're at. Catch us up where we're at. So here you can do a screenshot. We selected Excel Workbook. And then you select it, Excel Workbook. We pick the data, Power Data, and now we're going to look, and we picked Table 1, and we're going to hit Transform Data. So you can go ahead and take a screenshot there. Good. And now we're going to go ahead and talk about transforming the data, and then we're going to close. This is actually a pretty easy task. So here's the data itself, and this is just what you need to know about the data set. So it can be a little intimidating if you've never worked around this. So let me just show you a few things to remember. So here at your data type, you can see it right there. See how it's all types? We could do whatever we want type of data. Okay, so you see here at the top of the column, see how this says start date, and it looks like a calendar because it's selected as a date right there, data type date. Then we have here candidate, right? This is a text field, and you can see that text. This isn't any field, but this is a null field. So let's go to another unique one here. All right. This is a gross profit. This is a calculated field. So if we click on this, it's a decimal number, okay? Here we have text, another decimal number, and then you can see another one here, which is just a standard number, and then a text. So all you need to do is just make sure that what you have listed here is correct, that's the correct stuff. And it is, so we're going to hit close and apply. Now what will happen here is we can hit apply changes once that loads, or it'll go away. And notice now we have this table. Okay, all of those spreadsheets those columns are right here for us. Now, the challenge in Power BI is not getting Power BI to run. It's figuring out what you're going to do with the data once you have it in there. So here, for example, you could just get started by doing a table view, for example. So you can just drop this table, in there, and then you can say, I want the candidate's name in there, so I'm just going to drag it over there, and maybe the start date. Okay, so let's take a look at that table right now. Okay, now, of course, why am I not seeing that data? Hold on. So that was kind of weird. It didn't expand on me. Let's see if we can get that to work this time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put candidate in there, and it's still going small on me. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and put in start date. So you can see there, it's going to break it all out for us. You can do however you want to do this, right? It doesn't matter. Let's say, for example, on start date, we can move it. We can put just the start date itself. And you can just play with all of these. It's really not that hard. Candidate, for example, we don't want to summarize. Maybe we want just unique candidates, things like that. Maybe what we want is a count of this information. So let's say we just pull that in there like that, and then we could copy this and say, hey, let's do a Control C, Control V. Notice now that we have it copied, and we could convert that to a number. Now look, it's saying Joe Snuffy because that's the first record inside there. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and make that a count. So to do that, we just click on the down arrow here and say count. So now it says it's going to give me its 3 candidates, and we have 3 candidates there. So you can see it's pretty simple to kind of change things around. I could put a bar chart on there. Now here's where it gets tricky because I'm not really sure what to add to that bar chart, right? So do I add gross profit? It sounds like something you'd put on there. And maybe opportunity? I don't know, right? So you just need to see what those look like, how you want to do it, things of that nature. And that's pretty much it for loading your first spreadsheet, and then you can just play around in here. Remember, there's also a couple other things real quick. Here's all of your visuals, and you can add more visuals, get more visuals. And this is probably one of my favorite. This one right here, this text guy, is very helpful. So you just click on him, and then he'll come up, and then you can have that now as a feature within your system. Okay, so some of them are free, some of them are paid for. If you want to change the way something looks, you go here to format, and you've got all kinds of things to take a look at. Okay, there's general, and you can just kind of pop down them. Do I want the title or not? What do I want it to say? All of that stuff. Okay, so lots of cool stuff that you can use in here as well, and then you can filter everything here. So take it for a whirl, see other videos that I have that kind of go over how to use Power BI. Good luck.